Welcome back to Sam Horn Live. I'm G-Man, and this is Sam Horn, my partner in crime.
All right.
We have a special guest on today, Miss Anna Buffini, a dressage rider, one of the best in the world. And welcome here, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
All right. I'm looking forward to just jumping right into it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and that whatever that's called?
Yes, dressage.
Okay, there you go. I didn't want to butcher that, so that's why I was like that. So
You want to call it massage?
yeah, tell us a little bit, Anna.
It is a very niche sport. That is a common interaction I have with people. So I've been riding for 21 years now. I just always loved horses, and I begged my parents to let me ride, and they finally let me. And I have been able to make U.S. teams, go to the World Cup, go to Olympic trials. And now I am really focusing on giving back to the sport and just athletes in general, helping them with like their mental game and becoming the best athletes that they can possibly be.
Awesome. How do they score like in competition? Like, I don't really. Everything looks great to me when I'm watching. I'm like, that's a 10. That's a 10. So
Yeah, I wish you were my judge. So it's
There you go. There you go.
it's very much like gymnastics and ballet put together. So you teach the horse to dance, and my job as a rider is to look like I'm doing nothing, and it's effortless, and we're like one, and it's kind of poetry in motion. But you're secretly like dying inside because you're working against or with this like 1,200-pound animal and all of their force. But yeah, so you do movements like pirouettes and like extended canters, and it's like a floor pass in gymnastics, and they score each movement 1 to 10, and then they take the average. And yeah, it's a very international sport. So we travel across the world to compete, and the best is in Europe. So all of our big competitions are in Europe. So you have to fly the horses over to Europe, which is a crazy ordeal.
Yes,
how much does that cost? Like,
it's a little more than a regular, than a regular ticket.
Well, they're not flying coach, I'm sure.
No.
They have their own cargo plane, so
Okay.
it is first class.
That's nuts.
Well, we were talking earlier about the emotions of horses and having bad days like we have them. Does that really happen, or are horses kind of like just trained to work when told?
Oh yeah, no, horses are absolutely emotional beings, and it's my job as a rider and a professional athlete to help regulate their nervous system. So that's why my mental game is so important, because if my mental game is off, my horse is gonna feel it. They can feel your heartbeat from 3 feet away.
That's
They
crazy.
can
Wow.
they get
Yeah.
yeah. They their senses are so strong because they're animals of prey, so it's to keep them alive in the wild. But yeah, I have to be so
In tune.
centered and regulated that I bring that to my horse. And if you can do that really well, you can help your horse win. But I think that is something that makes horse sports some of the hardest sports in the world, because everything you rely on can have a bad day. Everything you rely on,
Right.
you know, like
Yeah.
a basketball doesn't get injured. A golf ball doesn't get scared of a bag flying in the wind.
Yeah, but it
My
gets scared. Mine
Mine
gets
gets
scared
scared.
of the fairway. So that's not good.
Mine too. I end up in the water all the time. I don't know what's happening with that.
Oh well, maybe golf balls do have a mind of their own.
Right.
But yeah, I think that for me, that's what made it such a cool challenge. It's like, and you can only practice 45 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week on your competition horse. So I can't get 10,000 shots up a day or a week like Steph Curry. I can't hit on the range for 6 hours. I have 45 minutes of concentrated time. So I better bring my A game. And you are just thinking about it all the time when you're not on the horse and you're training like mentally all the time. So it's an extremely difficult sport, but I think that's what adds to the excitement of it too.
How smart are horses really? Like, are they super like on a scale of one?
Yeah.
Are they like geniuses? Or I mean, I look at a horse and that's like I'm always thinking, what is he thinking? Because he just kind of
Yeah.
looks at you funny. You know what I
No
mean?
joke. Yeah.
They're super smart. They're not as smart as like I think pigs are extremely smart. They're not as like personable as dogs. So Some of them can be, like, some of them wanna sit in your lap, they would sleep in your bed if you could, but a lot of them are like, "If you give me treats and you treat me well, we're cool."
Right.
So, um, they're
Sounds like me and Sam.
Yeah, yeah.
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 So, they're very smart in the way of it takes about 5 to 10 years for a horse to go from being started to just, getting on their back to the Olympic level. So, it takes years and years and years to teach them all of those skills. So they're smart enough to figure out how to like basically so a horse can skip in the canter, they do this. So my leg looks like this, and then I switch my leg, like my left leg goes back and my right leg goes forward, and the horse can feel that on its side. So they'll switch their left leg to go back and their right leg to go forward.
Wow.
So like it takes some brains for sure to figure that out. So
Yeah.
they're very intelligent, and they're also bred for specific things. So like my sport horses are bred to be super powerful, super balanced. They're more like football player bodies, more like bodybuilder bodies. Um, and then like jumpers are more like basketball players. They're leaner, they're faster, they're a little more agile. So you have different body types and different styles of strength also for the different sports, which is crazy.
Oh, that's wild.
Well, we know that you get a workout when you're working the actual horse, but what kind of workout do you physically go through to strengthen your body so you can be prepared and last through those meets?
Yeah, I mean, I have an extremely strict program, because of just how much you're working with them. So I do a big mix of cardio and weightlifting, because you're doing so much anaerobic on the horse, like they're moving the whole time. So you got to keep your breath while you're like holding your whole body, and the horse
And
is
look good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
She said, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right,
Um,
Anna. Go, Anna.
Oh, but yeah, you have to. I do a lot of weightlifting, and I do a lot of like I have stair. I'm very lucky. I get to live in San Diego, so I try to work out outside a lot. And we have these long stairs. If you're ever in San Diego, Sam, I'll have to show them to you.
Okay.
But it's like a quarter of a mile stretch down the beach, and these stairs, and it is killer. And it's my favorite workout in the world. So I do a lot of stairs. I do a lot of weightlifting. I love Pilates. I love like hot yoga. So I do it all. I love working out. I've been an athlete since I was 3 years old. So working out's a huge part of my life. And I would not be the rider I am today. I would not have the opportunities I've had if I didn't work so hard in the gym.
Mhm.
All right.
Because there's also such thing as like male and female horses. So like there's horses that are so powerful, so strong. It just tends to be easier for a man to ride. Um, but what's cool is like even if you're a girl, if you're good and you have a great connection with the horse, you can ride anything. But you do have to be strong. So I
Okay.
tend to like
Uh,
riding.
is it more upper body or lower body? Because I hear you talking about the legs a lot. Is it more lower body though?
Yeah. I would say it's probably like 60% lower body. No, it's more. Yeah, it's probably 70% lower body, 30% upper body. So, because you're doing so much like gripping with your legs and so much core to just look like absorb the horse's bouncing. But the horse is still like pulling you, so you have to like be here and be really strong in your upper body, but a ton of legs. Yeah, like I've torn my adductors, and your
Wow.
hips are always hurting. I have the back of a 80-year-old, so it's a lot of a
Welcome
lot
to
of.
the crew. Swing the
You
bat
know, it's an honor to be
4,100
here.
times.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
are
Oh,
you still working out heavy even though you've taken a step back from the sport? Are you still working out like you
yeah,
used to work out?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I mean, again, it's like weightlifting in general is just so important for your health long term. And I'm an athlete. I always want to be an athlete. And I'm like picking up golfing pretty seriously now.
Oh
Uh-oh.
So
no, no. All right. You'll see how those balls get scared of you next, you
Yeah,
know?
scared of that fairway.
I've never been so frustrated in my life.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But my fiance's a scratch golfer, and he competes. So that's kind of how we ended up together. We got to golf together. We were like, huh, you're kind of cool. So
Okay.
Golf is going to be a part of my life for forever.
That's
Well, that
cool.
makes up your team. So you just say, "Hey guys, you guys want to play?" and bring the ace in the hole and not tell him how good he really is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
That's always a good business deal.
Right, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, tell us more. We're interested in your story. What's some of the craziest things you dealt with dealing with horses and or competition?
Yeah. There's so many crazy things. Some of my one of my favorite memories ever. I got to go to 2 World Cups, and I was the youngest ever American to make a World Cup. I was the first African American to make the World Cup for the U.S.
Okay.
and I think ever. So that was really exciting history to make. But I was able to make it with a horse that was a huge underdog and nobody necessarily believed in. That's the reason I was able to get her and afford her. Germany, who is the best of the best in my sport, um, one of the riders from Germany sold her to us because the German team didn't want her on their A squad. And she was an underdog. She's smaller. She wasn't as fancy as most of the top horses, and she just had such a big heart. And I was able to make such a special bond with her. That's kind of what I put first in our partnership. I was like, you know what? You're an underdog. I'm an underdog. So we are going to work. We're going to outwork everyone, and we're going to have a really, really close bond. And I believed in her, and
Yeah.
she loved me, and I think that bond just really helped us in the competition ring. And she was able to beat out a ton of horses who were like fancier, more expensive than her to go to the World Cup. And then our odds were pretty low at the World Cup. They thought we were going to be like 18th out of the 18 combinations that were there. And she ended up coming in 6th place. And it was on
Okay.
our home turf. It was in Omaha, Nebraska, in America. And I had, in hopes of making the World Cup, I made a Top Gun Maverick freestyle. And it was like a movie, honestly. The whole journey there, how hard it was to get there, how many trials we had. I mean, it was nail biting to be able to make it even. And then to get there and get 6th place. And she just proved all the haters wrong.
That's
And
awesome.
it was, and we were able to, I think, inspire a lot of people who felt like underdogs too, to try and work hard for their own dreams.
Well, when we have a good time or we do something very well, we celebrate maybe a glass of champagne or wine or something like that. How do you let your horse know that it's done great? You know what I mean? Is it just the peppermints? Is it the best carrots? What do you do for the horse to let them know really, hey, you're special and you've done a great job?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. I mean, giving them food is easily the top of their list.
Okay,
So
okay, all right.
they love that. But I will say again, like to get to the top of the sport, the bond you have to have with your horse is so extreme. They can feel your emotions. They can feel how you feel. They know when you're happy. They know when you're not as happy. So as soon as a competition, or like I do my last salute and I start like petting her and talking to her, she knows she's done a really good job. Also, like when you're actually in the competition, you get in this flow state, and your horse knows they're in that flow state too because it's so calm. So she knew she was doing a good job while she was competing because we were just
Tune.
clicking. You know how like when you're playing with your team, you're just in that flow state, and you guys just know like this is working,
This
everything's
is going
flowing.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, but usually for us, we're more intense. Like even during baseball, it's a sport where you come off the field, there's timeouts and in between the innings. But when you step in that batter's box and you're facing, like in my time, like a Randy Johnson throwing 98, and you're a little nervous, and that's my next question to you is about nervousness. But I was like, I'm worried and I'm tensed. You're talking about when you're going really well, you're like, hey, ho, like that. I don't get it. Tell me the difference.
No, okay. That's just after I'm done.
Oh,
So
okay.
when you're yeah.
Okay, hey, that's the difference. Hey, that's a good one, Anna. Stupid
I'm holding
me.
it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, you got me on that
No,
one.
I was
Anna.
wondering the same thing.
Yeah, you got me, Anna. That was a good one.
No. When I'm competing, it's super intense. I always say if you feel like you have to throw up halfway through, you're doing it right.
Wow.
So No. When you're in the actual like competition, when you're doing it, it's super intense. You're terrified, but that's also where you have to have a good mental game because even if I'm nervous, my horse is more nervous. So I better be
Right.
able to calm her down. So imagine if your bat was nervous
Oh
when you're
yeah,
up to bat
it
and
gets
you had to
nervous
calm.
when
Exactly.
you're 0 for 20. It is nervous. Believe me.
It is nervous.
Your bat, your shoes, your hat, everything is nervous. So
Okay, so you can relate perfectly. That's exactly what it feels like, and it's like, I have to lock in so that I can calm this bat down so that we can get to that flow state. So, when you're competing, it's intense, but after you're done, you talk to the horse, you pet it, you make a huge deal, and a lot of people come up to the horse and they're petting it, and they feel the energy, so they know they've done a good job because I tell her she's doing a good job, and my energy is so great, and they know after training for so long, like petting is a positive and like the tone of your voice and how, they can feel how happy you are. So they feel happy in return. It's cool. You see the horse and
They're
they
all
perk their
proud.
ears
Yeah.
up, and they're walking off and they're
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of swaggy.
They look cocky.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what I was going to ask about those ribbons and the flowers and all of that they put on the horses. Do you actually feel and see the horse change the moment that they win something like that and they're parading around?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The horses they're horses that are just gamers. And when they know they've won, they are like, look at me. And they
Peacocks. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and that's why they win. Like they're like my horse Diva, the one I took to the World Cup, who is the underdog. Like she is a fighter, and she loves to fight and she loves to compete, and you can feel it. Like it's just who she is. It's in her. And those horses are ones that love winning, and they know they've won, and they're just like, my.
Do you still have those horses? Are they on the ranch there with you?
Yeah, I have Diva, and I have a horse named Fio. She's the one I went to Olympic trials with, and then I just sold him, but I had a horse named Flynn Rider, and he is just the funnest horse of all time. If you ever have a chance to ride a horse, you have to come ride Flynn. He's
Is
the
is
coolest.
that heartbreaking when you sell a horse or you get to
Yeah.
see it later on down the line or
Oh yeah, it is. And that's why for me, I always sell my horses for too little because I want them to go to the perfect home. So I'm like,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, much to my
That's
dad's
nice.
chagrin.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I sold him to a student. He lives an hour away. I still get to see him all
Oh,
the
that's awesome.
times.
I remember you
Yeah,
had that horse Sunday Boy
yeah, good memory.
back in
Uh-huh.
the day, right? So you love
Yeah,
that
he was,
horse.
oh my gosh, that's probably I mean, they're all my favorite, but
Yeah.
he's probably my favorite horse ever. But he's the one that like really put me on the map.
Yep.
He was my big first break. I got to win two like junior young rider under 25 national championships with him. He took me into my professional career. He was so special, and he died unexpectedly while I was competing for the World Cup with Diva,
Oh
like
man.
qualifying.
Wow.
So, and again, that's just like stuff you have to deal with when you're a professional athlete, like there's going to be so much stuff happening around you, and
Mhm.
um being able to compartmentalize and handle that, as well as still like, people are counting on you. And if you're in big sports like Olympic sports, you unfortunately don't really make a lot of money, but like if you're in the MLB, NBA, like franchises are counting on you, owners are counting on
Right.
you,
Right.
fans are counting on you.
Yeah.
So got to be able to deal with your personal life and still excel in your professional life, I think, is a huge skill that you have to work on if you want to be a professional athlete.
Is it harder for the trainers such as you to go to a new horse or a new horse coming to you and you having to figure out that horse?
That's a huge, huge part of what we do because it takes quite a while to form that bond. It takes probably like a good year to really click with a horse.
Wow.
And a lot of times you have to get the horse and compete right away. So with my underdog horse Diva, I got her during COVID and I got her off a video. Usually you have to go and try the horse and sit on it and ride it. It's unheard of to buy a like a top level horse off a video. But we trusted the people who sold her to us. And I had 3 weeks, I think it was,
Wow.
till we competed. And usually you want a year. So
That's
Short period right there. Yeah.
That's like going from being a 15-year-old to the major leagues and you're facing 98 all of
Yeah,
a sudden.
yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So it was an extreme jump, and um, but again, it's like, I mean, I'm sure you know all about this, but staying prepared. It's like I stay prepared very well. That's one of my highlights. So, like mentally, physically, uh, I didn't have the horse at the time, and COVID shut down the world. But I was just like mentally, I was like, I'm going to be competing soon. I'm going to be riding soon. So I was like studying all the time. I was watching videos. I was training on other horses. I was like working out like crazy. So when the opportunity came, I was ready. And I think that's such a huge part of sports. It's like sometimes you're going to be out with injuries. You're not going to have the opportunity. You might not have like the money to do what you're wanting to do at the time, but like stay ready, because when that opportunity comes, you don't want to be behind. You want to be ready, and you want to be able to attack it and excel when it comes. And when we got her, I was able to attack it and make some history with her. So it was cool.
So how bad would it go if Samurai got on one of your horses tomorrow? How bad would that go?
Well, first of all, the last time I tried to ride a horse, it turned around and said, "Hey, let me ride your big ass." So I was like, "Uh-oh."
Didn't work out well.
Yeah. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Enough said.
There's different levels to it. So I would put you on my horse Flynn Rider because he's a beginner friendly horse. So there's horses that have different levels of how they are. So we want a horse that is like, we call them hot. So they are like excited, they are feisty, they have energy, they have power. You would not be sitting on that one.
No.
That one, I mean, it would just probably run away.
You have one in the back that, like, you know, you see at the supermarket where you just get on it and like,
one that's pulling the carts around town and all that kind of stuff.
So that's my horse Flynn. So he will never be the top of the top horse because his mentality is just way too laid back. And there are some horses
Is he from California? Okay.
He's a Cali boy. But so there's some horses that are super laid back and they turn it on for the competition ring, but he is laid back out of the competition ring and in the competition ring. So he's a great one for beginners. I teach kids on him. So you guys would sit on that horse. But if you sat on my competition horses, it would end in the hospital.
Poorly.
Well, my daughter, of course, she always wanted to ride a horse. So I had some friends, and finally she got on the horse. And they're riding, and they're telling her, just take it easy. And my daughter did what she saw on TV
Movies.
or the movie. And did one of these, and the horse took off. Is that natural? Is that just a normal thing? You hear her, and you just take off? Or what's up with that, Anna? I'm looking from the side. I'm like, catch my daughter. The horse is just running like crazy.
Well, okay. I would really want to know the circumstances to which this is under, because usually you would put a beginner on a horse that no matter what you do, they don't run off.
Okay.
So like Lynn, you could go, you could kick him, you could do whatever, and he'd just be walking along.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, I'll remember that the next time.
That's the kind of horse you have to put beginners on.
It was just so funny. They said, we didn't know she was going to do that.
Yeah, like, what happened?
And she's like about maybe 12, 13 at the time. And she did and that horse took off.
So yeah, that you should really never put a beginner on a horse that might do that, for sure. You want to put they're called bomb-proof horses, and you always put a beginner on a horse that a bomb could go off next to them and they just sit there and not even blink.
I need one of those.
So if you're a beginner, make sure you're getting on a bomb-proof horse, because I've heard way too many stories like this, and I'm just like, that should never happen.
That is funny. So what does the next few years look like for you? Like, what is
the next sport? Yeah, is this? Where is the sport going right now? I know you're talking about the Olympics and everything. Where are we at in your sport right now?
Yeah, so the last Olympic trials took me about 20 years to get to. I wanted to go to the Olympics since I was 3 years old. My mom was an Olympian for volleyball, and she inspired me a ton. My whole family is athletic. And I got to Olympic trials, which was just a dream come true in itself. And we had two competitions. The first competition went well. And then the second competition, my horse stuck her tongue over her bit. And that is not allowed in competition because you have to be perfect.
Right.
And essentially, yeah, we didn't make the team over a very unfortunate mishap like that. And we weren't even able to compete to get the score to see if we would
Uh,
make it. So that was pretty heartbreaking, but uh, um, it really led to me like in perspective being like, I mean, making Olympic trials is such a dream to be one of the best of the best. That
that's
was
awesome.
an incredible accomplishment that I'm very proud of myself and my team for. And last year, it just got to a point, the sport is super expensive, unfortunately. And it just got to a point where it was like just a bit too much to keep going at the time for my family in competition. And I was super burnout. And I just kind of hit a wall with my career. So I said, you know what, let me take a break right now. And so I'm not competing at the moment, but I'm never closing the door. I'm just shifting right now more to teaching the next generation and of riders and of professional athletes. So I'm doing a lot of that. So I do a lot of teaching. I do a lot of clinics. Um, and then you never know if the right opportunity comes up. I would love to get back out there. So right now I'm really focusing on helping the sport grow, helping the next generation, and leaving the sport better than I found it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm getting married this year, so I'll
Wow.
probably
Yeah,
Congratulations.
congrats.
thank you. I'm
That's
so
awesome.
excited, and I love him, Garrett,
Yeah.
because he's a Laker fan.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Lakers.
There you go.
I know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm a Celtics
But
fan,
and
so
she
it
loves
is.
the Patriots and Bill
Yeah.
Belichick. So I
Yeah.
know that.
There you go.
Oh, we're gonna stop right there.
Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Uh,
Stop from the record. I
okay.
love the Celtics and I love the Red Sox.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
There you
There
go.
you
And the
go. Okay.
Patriots
So,
aren't even allowed to be named
No,
in my
not
house.
on the list.
well, you were just talking about family, and I saw where there were six of you. So I'm sure that you were talking about you're not that competitive, and then you're competitive. You probably had to be pretty competitive to get to that kitchen table,
Yeah.
huh?
The kitchen table. Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't compete, you didn't eat.
Yeah, there you go. And I heard everyone in the family was such great athletes. What was that like growing up in a family like that, and how much did that prove to really help you along in any and all of the sports you played?
Yeah, it was everything. I mean, it shaped so much of who I am. My mom was just an all-star athlete. She still has the 110-meter Alabama high school state record for
Wow.
hurdles. She's an Olympic volleyball player. My dad was a soccer player in college, and he's a amazing golfer. And ESPN was our curriculum growing up. So, uh, yeah, we just never knew a life without sports and athletics. So yeah, I was a gymnast when I was 3, and I wanted to make the Olympic team even back then. So yeah,
There's a reason why all the kids' names begin with an A. 'Cause,
There you go. They're on the A list.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the A list for you.
our parents had big dreams.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, I think at first it was just a part of our like blood to do sports, and then it's just such an amazing way to build character and become, I think, a cool human that can contribute to society. Like sports teaches you so much, teaches you more than you can learn sometimes in a classroom,
I agree.
and like how to be as a person.
And social skills.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
social skills,
yeah.
how to be mentally strong.
Yeah, you can't play sports while you're on the phone.
Yeah, no.
So
And discipline, like
yes.
getting up
Yeah,
at 4 a.m. to do, your practices or whatever,
yeah, yeah. I've gotten up at 5 since I was 11 years old
Yeah,
to train.
yeah, I love
And that is something like so right now I work a corporate job even as I'm also training and riding and all that, but I also work a corporate job, and it's just like you can actually see how the athletic career and the skills you build translate so well over to any
everything.
aspect of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything.
It's awesome.
So I think sports are so important for kids to do, and just fitness, especially, America isn't the healthiest, so and food wise. So I think it's just so important, like to be fit for life and to be able to run around with your grandkids and be able to stand up unassisted when you're 80, all these things.
Yeah. So
So
true.
yeah, I think sports are such a huge part of life, and I'm excited. My kids will have no choice, so
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, you'll be getting up at 5 in the morning also, so keep that
I
in
know,
mind.
I know. For life, for life.
Yeah.
I do honestly though, we talked about baseball for our kids. So golf and baseball are two of our
Yeah.
leading
Those
sports
are
for
two
our
great
kids.
sports.
Yeah,
And if you
yeah.
need a hitting lesson, he's right here. He's pretty good at it.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
We'll be calling up Uncle Sam.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go. I
Yeah.
like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So anything else,
no,
G-Man?
no, it sounds great. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate your time. It was
Yeah,
great.
thank you guys for having
And
me.
great to see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll see you soon. Like I said, I'll be out in San Diego in a couple of months. I'll get your number from G-Man, and
Yeah. And are you coming up here at all anytime soon?
yeah,
or-
are you coming our way?
Never know. I have a friend in Boston I'm visiting in maybe the beginning of September. So I'll
Oh,
let you know if
okay.
I'm out
Yeah,
there.
keep us posted. We'll hit a
we're
Red Sox game.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Since you like the
awesome.
Sox.
Yeah.
I do love the Sox. I still
Okay.
have my Big Poppy signed bat.
There you go. Yeah.
Did G-Man get that for you?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, once again, like he said, thank you very much for your time today. Anna, you're the best.
You're impressive.
Yeah, you're the best. I didn't have a word to follow up with Anna, so I'm just going to say the A-list.
There you go.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah,
God
tell
bless.
your parents I said hi and your brother. And the kids.
Absolutely. I will.
All right.
Have a
Take
good
care,
one, Anna.
Thank you so much. Take
Bye.
care.
All right, everyone. That's Anna Buffini here on what? Better yet, what is it?
What is it? Sam Horn Live.
Sam Horn Live with
G-Man.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
Thanks,
Have a good
Anna.
one, Anna.
Take care.